Let me tell you something about the way you define things in your world and the way things are defined in another world. Let me give you an example. For example, you have in Haitian, we have the word Bréjin, right? It means young man or young fella. But in German, we got Brutschen, right? Which means youth in general, like young men and women in general. But in Haitian, you got Bréjin. It's like the same word. They have different pronunciations because it's different languages, and they pretty much mean the same thing, just slightly different. Because in Haitian it means only young man or young fella, and in German it means youth, like the youth, like young people in general, like Brutschen. You feel me? So it's like that. Sometimes you got many languages, and they express one thing, but in different ways. And it's pretty much like that for many things in life. You know, for example, if you watch how in Chinese they write home or house, it's pretty much like it looks like a house. If you can draw a house like with simple lines, and you watch that word in Chinese, you can recognize the similarities between a drawn house and the word house in Chinese. So it's pretty much repetitive, but they come in different shapes, and misunderstanding has a lot to do with it. When I say I mean not misunderstanding, but diversity has a lot to do with it. And do not dismiss diversity for the sake of for the sake of a unidirectional expansion or a unilateral expansion. It's not actually unilateral expansion always leads to not really destruction, but always leads to some kind of dissension or fall, or a tendency for self-destruction that could be avoided if said, if the thing that was growing decided to expand in multiple directions instead of expanding just in one direction. You feel me? So it's like that. This is why, me personally, I like diversity. I really like diversity. And sometimes when you express something, it gets taken not totally the way you wanted it to be taken, because you might be the emotional charge. That's what's fucked up about words, because they're emotionally charged, and you can't undo that. You can't prevent someone from taking your words a certain way, because that person has their own background, their own lenses. Yeah, this is the word I was looking for. If that person has their own lenses when it comes to reading words, So I don't know, man. The best communicators, what they usually do, they express themselves in multiple ways. They be saying the same thing like multiple times in multiple ways, so has to make themselves clear enough for the receptor or the receiver of their message to pretty much understand it. At least to, I don't know, 60%, 70%. It's interesting because it's communication, but at the same time, you can bump your head a lot trying to explain something to someone, or maybe you come off as too boasty or bossy or possessive or insecure. Sometimes you'll be like, I see that car over there, I'm gonna go and get it. It's not that you're bossy, it's that you're so confident in your ability to get it, or in the chances or the probability of you getting it is so high. It's like, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna just tell the car I'm gonna get it. It's like, what's wrong with that? But the way you communicate things sometimes get misinterpreted, and you can help it. You really can help it. So your only option is to multiply to diversify. Multiply is also a good word. Your ways of communication, like the ways you express yourself through the lenses, the channels that you use. Always try to diversify these means, the means of communication. So, man, I don't know, man. Sooner or later they gonna get it. But sooner or later, like the receptor or the receiver, they gonna get it.